disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation, turn it over for the offense. But I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
Probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
That's fielded in the end zone. And a big hit there as he runs into a brick wall.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there.
And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Stephon Tuitt in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing 3rd and long. From his goal line here, Newton. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, the fans should be applauding this defense right now. It's an excellent job. They force a 3-and-out, and they should be able to set up their guys with great field position, probably near midfield or better.
Here's Michael Pilardi now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. So a short drop, but he's able to get it out, and this is a good kick. Now Brown. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here's the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down.
Whenever we meet with coaches and they always talk about wanting to establish running the football, it's oftentimes with a good tight end who can control the line of scrimmage and the point of attack, and they're becoming harder to find because the colleges are giving us a whole lot of receiving tight ends, former wide receivers who can run, not necessarily block very well. In this case, though, we saw 2 tight ends on the field, both of them with the ability to block, and they ran the ball successfully behind that power set.
And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line.
Really tough drive, but that run helped salvage something there because now there's something positive that came out of it. They got to see good blocking, good push by the offensive line, wide receivers trying to get involved, a good run by the back, and now maybe it'll be a catalyst for them to run.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Roethlisberger with a give to Bell. And he'll be taken down just shy of the red zone at the 21. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up 1st and goal.
And the tackle's made there by one of the secondary members. And I can guarantee you, having played that spot in the huddle right now or on the field, they're urging for a little bit more support from the guys up front. I actually remember one game where I hopped over a defensive lineman to make a tackle downfield and realized he was 10 yards downfield. That's not good. That's being driven off the line of scrimmage, and you can't have that if you're going to win a game on defense.
On 2nd down, it's Bell. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Le'Veon Bell, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead. And this is no good. Missed the PAT, so they fail to connect, and this remains a 13-0 game. Boswell on now to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? The turnover, you just noted it.
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Stephon Tuitt in there to get him for his 2nd sack of the night. Well, they were coming out of the 4-3 defensively. Pressure coming off that right side from the DN.
And that's the blind side of most quarterbacks. If you're right-handed, that's the side you...
Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Stephon Tuitt bringing the pressure again, and that is his 3rd sack here tonight. So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing 3rd and long. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back to Heinz Field after this. So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing 3rd and long. Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. It's a pickup of 6, but it's not going to be enough. And the punt team's going to be summoned on 4th down. They are going to go for it. It's Newton. Forced out to his left. Going deep for Benjamin. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. And a great spot to start this drive from here. Here's a give to Bell running left. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
First play of the drive. Let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
They'll go again with Bell. And he'll find his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2. They'll try and run for it with Bell. And pushing and fighting his way in for a Steeler touchdown. Le'Veon Bell with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go. Boswell on now to kick this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And the Panthers coming out now. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
A good pickup there of 20 yards. On 1st and 10, Newton. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. He took a hit on that last play. Now let's see how he and the offense respond on second. So the D-line's going to spread out. Here's Newton now on second down. And that is incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Now Newton. Dancing to his left. Gets it to Benjamin. It's caught. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Fresh set of downs here. Now it's Newton. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, the pressure, the hits, the sacks have been coming at him all game long. I'm frankly surprised that they haven't found a solution yet to create more time for him to throw it or maybe change what they do on offense.
And that's one of the biggest differences. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing 3rd and long. A final shot before the break. Newton buying time to his left. And unable to connect on the long pass. It falls down incomplete. Well, Larry, I know it's late there in Orlando. This is a score.